When we talk about square numbers such as 9 is a square number. If I was to take 9 pieces, I could form a perfect square that had dimensions 3 by 3. Therefore, the square root of 9 is 3. So what happens if I can't make a perfect square, such as the square root of 12? If I was to lay out 12, there's my 9, I made a perfect square. Now I have 3 additional pieces, which forms a rectangle. I'm not interested in a rectangle, I'm only interested in a special rectangle called a square. I would need 4 additional. So my first smallest square that took up 9, and then I have this larger square that needed 16. Well, 12 is someplace between 9 and 16. So the dimensions of the square that would use exactly 12 would be someplace between 3 and 4. Notice the 3 was the smaller, the 3 was the smaller square and the 4 is the larger. Someplace between 9 and 16 lands 12. So the dimensions of its square are someplace between 3 and 4. If I was to plug it in the calculator, it would give me 3 point something, which is an estimate. The square root of 12 is an exact value. The square root of 18, well, if I look at a square that is 4 by 4, that would use 16 of those items. If I look at a square that is 5 by 5, that would need 25. 18 is someplace between 16 and 25, so its dimensions are going to be some value between 4 and 5. The square root of 40, again, I'm looking for squares. 6 squared is 36. 40 is larger than that. So the next size of square that's integer length would be 7 squared, which would be 49. 40 is someplace between 36 and 49. So the dimensions on its square would be someplace between 6 and 7. So again, if I plug that number into the calculator, the square root of 40 would give me 6 point some decimal approximation. And the square root of 90, 9 squared is 81. 10 squared is 100. 90, again, is someplace between 81 and 100. So the square that would use exactly 90 items is some square dimension between 9 and 10.